Hello everyone, welcome back to Cheat Codes, and today is part 7 of our 2D roguelike series. Today we're going to be making adjustments, very small adjustments, health bars, and yeah, so this will be a player health bar and health bars for the enemies. I'll timestamp it so you can see where the player health bar is and the enemy health bar is. You can just skip the enemy health bars if you don't want them in the game. They are just there for people who want to know how to put health bars on their enemies, and if you skip it, it won't matter. I'm not going to touch this again later on in the series. That is it. Alright, and I also want to thank you guys for 20 subscribers and almost 1,000 views total. It's really made my mood, and I appreciate it a lot. I hope you guys enjoy these series, and I also just want to apologize for the irregular uploads. I started a part-time job, been working a lot on one of my own games. I'll probably make a video on it in a few days just showing it off. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and let's get into the tutorial. So first things first, on the main camera, I changed the size to 7.5. I personally just think things were looking a little too big. So what do? I zoom out the camera instead of changing everything so they're smaller. Um, it might look a little big to you right now, as in the camera might be covering a bit too much area, but you have to keep in mind that the map will be increasing in size as the player plays. Um, yeah, obviously, if you're not going to include that in your game, as in the map won't get any bigger, change the camera how you want, or even just make the camera increase in size so the player can see more. Alright, and then on the player, I also changed the bullet speed to 0.2. Um, obviously, if you don't want your multiplier to be above 0 by default, then just increase all your weapons' bullet speed slightly. I just thought this is a fine way to do it. But yeah, the bullets were just feeling a little bit too slow, as in the player was the same speed as them, so it just looked wrong. And yeah, now let's get into the little nice part. What we're going to do is take this fire timer plus equals delta time, backspace, and paste it outside of the if statement. We're going to take the shoot function, backspace, put it in front of fire time equals 0. There we go. So now I hope you can already tell what this does, and I can't believe I've never just figured this out. I've always been like, oh, no, it's impossible to make it so the player can tap fire. Because the issue is always, oh, it resets so the player can just click as fast as he wants and shoot a million bullets. But as you can see, I click, it shoots instantly, nice. But as you can hear, I'm spam clicking, and yeah, it's not rapid firing. So I just thought this is a much nicer change. It is a little dumb how the player has to like hold down and then it shoots a shot. It's not nice for if you're trying to do something like kill one enemy or do something precise. And yeah, that is that done. Those are the adjustments. I just thought they were little quality of life changes that make the game a little bit better. I think something else I could do as well is maybe decrease the speed of both the player and the enemies just slightly, but we'll see in the future. I'll keep making adjustments till the game feels a little more balanced, and as you can see, we still have the beautiful ragdollish physics after the player dies. Alright, so let's get into the health bars. So we're going to start with the player's health bar. So in the player scripts folder, we're going to make a new script called player health bar. Okay, give that a second to compile. You know how it is with Unity, our favorite game dev thing. And in our canvas, we're going to make a new new UI image, and this will be player health bar. We're going to take the height and make it 20. So yes, we're also going to double click our canvas so we're nice and zoomed out and can see everything. We just take this, move it up, maybe like to the top left. Let's see. Yep, it looks about good. So let's go here and we say minus 340 by 200. The 200 seems a little low. 205. Ah, perfect. Beautiful. Alright, and then the color, we're going to change it to bright red. We'll change the enemies in future, so obviously the health bar looks a little wrong right now because it's the same color as enemies. We'll change the enemies in future. Then we're going to actually control D. We're going to duplicate it, put it above that one, then make it dark red. And, well, instead of that being in brackets 1, we can just call it background. I've taken this and turned it off. As you can see, it just makes it so there's a little nice dark background at the back, so when the health bar empties out, then it won't just be blackness. It won't be an empty void. You can actually see the health bar. All right. Yeah. I might do something as well as include making a font, as in numbers on top of this health bar, so the player can precisely see how much health they have. But yeah. So first thing we need to do is in here, as you can see, we don't have a source image that is necessary for making a health bar. So we can do a little cheat, and that is making a sprite to the object, a square specifically. And as you can see, there's a sprite for a square. It's exactly what we need. So there is the sprite we need. We go onto our health bar, and we take that sprite and drag it into the source image. Obviously, there's multiple ways you can do this. You can literally go into a pixel art tool, click one pixel, and there's your source image. But it just requires a source image, and obviously we want a square health bar. Now we can make it a smooth one if we want. But yeah, any image you drag in here will work, even if it's a damn troll image, it'll still work. And then in here, what we're going to do is change the image type from simple to filled. As you can see, it makes it so it, obviously that's wrong, but as you can see on the left there, it makes it so it empties out and fills in. And you just change the fill method from radial to horizontal. So now, as you can see, there's a health bar. Oh, took damage, dead. Beautiful. Just that easy. And now on the image for the health bar, we take the player health bar script and drag it in there. And we head into our beautiful editor and we open the player health bar. Yeah. Also, something else I don't know if you noticed, I had a second game manager up here that I just deleted. And yeah, there's our game manager. All right, so in here, we're going to need a public, well, it could just be private, game object, player. And again, same method as the other things, player equals game object, dot find object of type, object of type, dot controller, dot get component, controller. Oh, no, sorry. No. Dot game object, sorry. There we go. Now we can actually make this more specific, but we will be needing two factors. So we will be needing a private. No, we don't. We're going to go into here and in the update. So we also will need a private image, which will be called Healthbar. We just need to make sure that's the right image actually. As you can see, there's a ton of pop-ups for images. It's either this one or this one. We will see. I'll change it if it doesn't work. Private image, Healthbar, beautiful. And then in here, we're going to have it so, oh, sorry, we need to actually get this first as well. So Healthbar equals get component image. There we go. And then in here, we're going to go Healthbar dot fill amount. See, it's not the right one. We need a different one. Is it this one? Fill amount. There we go. No. There we go. Don't know why it's doing this. Give me 1 second. We're just gonna take it and we're just gonna paste this in. Don't know why this is happening, but obviously this will work. Normally my script editor will have it something different, so it's just called image, but yeah, for some reason it's doing this. And yeah, let's just keep going. So in here we're going to do equals, so we need the player's current health. So player.getComponent player controller, that's the one that holds this current health, dot health. Divided by player dot get component play. Well, we can actually do it in both. I just remembered we do have the max health in the player controller. So there we go. that is it done. Sorry about that. My editor does it by default. And yeah, this should be it. Hopefully. We're gonna press play. Oh, no error. Good. Hey, and there, as you can see, we have a beautiful health bar. We died. Oh, we also need to do this. Sorry, so we're gonna go like this. We're gonna copy it, and we're gonna put an if statement, and it will be if player is not equal to null. That just means if the player is not nothing. So if that little, well, obviously it's a private variable, so we can't see it. But if the value isn't nothing, as in the player didn't die, it won't get that error. So now we'll go. We're gonna take damage. Let's see, we're gonna die. Ooh, and no error. So there we go. That is player health bar done. That's simple. Sorry if I took a while of that. It was just because of this little Unity UI image thing. But yeah, very simple. Oh, also before I forget, you want to anchor these properly. To take this and right here, you shift click this, and then you shift click like that. So this will just make it so whatever device this is on, whatever monitor, it will go to the top left properly. If you have it set on center, when someone plays on maybe a bigger monitor or a smaller one, it might mess up where the image is slightly and put it like more to the middle of the screen, and it looks really bad. Yeah, especially on mobile devices. If you're making a mobile game, just always remember that with UI, you need to anchor it properly. So yeah, that is that done. Now we're going to get into the enemy health bars, and I think I'm going to change the enemy's colors. Very simple. We're just going to go in here. I'm going to make them a purple color. There we go. Nice purple color. And I'm just going to hit apply, and now our enemy should be a nice purple color. Let's also change the enemy spawn indicator to a purple color. And let's hit play. Oh, sorry, I forgot in the animation. So if you do things like this, you'll still have issues with the actual animation. So as you see here, it's just the colors being changed. So what we're going to do is hit record, and we're just going to change this to this purple color. Okay, we're going to copy that purple color, and at the end, oh, sorry, we take this. Nope. Huh, why wouldn't let me move that? There we go, timeline. We take this, and we're just going to paste it into here. That should be that done, hopefully. It's a very used word on this channel, hopefully. Now, let's hit play. Let's double click the player as well, so we zoom back in here. Let's hit play. Oh, they're not working at all. Oh, okay, I see why. I forgot to change the transparency at the end here to full. And again, stop recording, hit apply, delete the enemy spawner. And now, as you can see, we have purple spawners. I just personally think I like purple. It's a nice color. But yeah, as you can see, we have a health bar now. We can see the player takes damage appropriately. Oh, dead. And yes. Now let's get into the enemy health bars. And again, you can just skip this out if you don't want a new game. That's completely fine. So we will just go into the enemy folder, and we're going to make a new script. Can you guess what it's called? Enemy health bar. Sorry. And this is just going to be the exact same thing. There's going to be no difference. It'll be a little different how it works. Actually, more simpler, believe it or not. We're just going to open it. Enemy health bar. We're going to have a. We're literally just going to copy this little bit right here. Like so. Start health bar equals get component unity dot UI dot image. I don't know why it's like this. It's never like this. Oh no, actually. Why did I not work? Oh, Unity engine, sorry. There we go. And now we're gonna have a enemy script, which simply enough is actually just private. We're gonna just actually straight up, because enemy health is just one single script. Enemy health. Beautiful. capital H. And again, we'll put it above since the other one's like this. Enemy health equals get component. Get component in parent, because you'll see why in a minute. Move that. Enemy health. There we go. Beautiful. That's that done. Now we could just do this amazing thing we did right here. And we're going to go update and boop equals. And for this one, we don't actually need an F statement, because if the enemy gets deleted, this will get deleted. If you can see where this is going, it's going to go onto the actual enemies, the health bars, because they need to, obviously follow the enemies. Health bar full amount equals enemy health dot health divided by enemy health dot max health. Boom, finished. Beautiful. We head back into our best friend Unity, let it load, and then we're gonna make a new little gimmick. So we're gonna do something cool here, and we're gonna drag our enemies in. Also, let's change this zone a little bit smaller, because I did notice that the enemy, they did have a little bit bigger of a detection range and damage range. Let's just make it 0.85, just a tiny bit smaller. It wasn't a big issue, but it was a little annoying. We're gonna create a new UI image inside of our enemy. Boom. That's that done. As you can see, this canvas is a little bit big, so what we're gonna do is build space, right? So this lets us change it properly, and then we're going to drag the scale down drastically to like 0.01, 0.01. Make the 0, sorry, 0.0, and whoa, as you can see it, now we can see it. That is our big canvas on the enemies. Obviously, we need this small, very small. Oh, sorry, need it very small. So this can actually be 0.01, sorry, and 0.01. That's as small as you're gonna get it, but obviously this is perfect. I'm not quite sure if I want the health bars below or above the enemies. I think I'll just put them below for now. So just a little below. Let's say minus 0.5, just slightly below. Let's like take the enemy, move them a little bit to the side just so we can see. Okay, gorgeous. And then this image, and here we actually delete it, sorry. And we're gonna paste. We're gonna make another image, square. No, not square, sorry. What am I doing? UI image. There we go. So a very tiny cube. Cube. And we're gonna take it, and we take this, and we're gonna have to manipulate it to how big we want it. I guess the width, we just mess around a little bit, up that a lot. Yeah, I mean, that looks fine. Let's say 600. So it's not gonna be huge. Let's just make it like a little one. And the height, I think the height's fine actually. Let's get a nice little position. X-axis, it should be 0, so it's in the middle. And okay, so minus 150. That is the enemy's health bar. Again, you don't need this. If you don't like it, don't worry, you don't need it. And again, the same process, we're going to click on a square, and we're going to click on the sprite, so we have it. We just delete the square now, we won't need it again. And just drag in the square sprite. And then again, fold and fill method horizontal. So there's the little enemy health bar. We're going to make the color. We're not going to give them the same thing as how they have a background, because they're enemies. They don't need that attention to detail. Let's give them a nice bright. It needs to be easier to see. This is important. The stuff that matters, like the values, needs to be easier to see for the player. But yeah, we might need to do a little thing too. I haven't really tested this, but we'll see in a second how this looks. And then we drag the enemy health bar on here. I'm not expecting this to work straight away how I intended to, but hopefully it does. And also let's put them back on 0 on the x-axis and hit apply all and delete the enemy. So play, see if there's any errors. Oh, please don't have errors. Okay, they have health bars. We need a weaker gun. Let's put the Uzi on. We're just testing if they're working. We'll fix the rotation on the health bars in a second. So here comes the enemy and pew. Yeah, as you can see, their health is decreasing. Pew, 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 pew. All dead. Very, very nice. Very simple, very easy health bars for the enemies. So now let's get on to this little issue we're having with the rotation. Personally, I like it. That's the wrong one, sorry. Personally, I like it. If you don't, just let me know in a comment and I'll fix it up. But what I'm going to do is on the Z rotation, I'm going to rotate this -90. And I'm going to change this back to 0. And on the x-axis, make it 0.5. And then I'm going to hit apply all. And then I'm going to delete it. And now the health bars will be behind the enemy. So personally, I like the rotating health bar. So how it's like on the enemy and you can see at the back. But if you want like a set thing where the health bar is above the enemy, just let me know in the comments and I'll change it. But personally, I like this. It's a little different from other things. But yeah, obviously, it's not like the most amazing thing. What works, works. It's a saying you shouldn't change something if it already works. So yeah, it's not always a good thing to try and make your own little twist on a project or whatever and be like, oh, well, my health bars are cool, they rotate. Because obviously it is just easier for the player to see health if it's at a set location on the enemies. Okay, so that was 22 minutes. I didn't intend for that. Sorry, I get a little carried away with the tutorial sometimes and let them go on for too long. But yeah, so not really quite sure what I'm going to tackle next for next episode. I have a list of what I want. It's just I don't know what I want to do first. But yeah, I'll try to get another video in this week. And now I'm going to do the part where I show off the end result. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks again for 20 subscribers and almost 1,000 views. I really appreciate it, and you guys are the best. Alright, so in today's tutorial we made a few adjustments to enemy colors, how the bullets move, they're a little faster, if you can notice it. And as you can see, if I spam click, well, if I click, the player actually shoots when you click initially instead of having to charge up a little bit. And as you can see, the enemies have their little health bars. They work properly. The player has his health bar at the top left, and as you can see, it works. We take damage when we're in range, we die, they ragdoll. So those are the changes today. We made health bars, we made some changes to the game, and zoomed out a little bit more. The player firing works perfectly now, instead of, just not working how it should. And as you can see, no matter how fast I click, it doesn't let me shoot faster than I should. So yeah, it works perfectly. We have beautiful little health bars, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.